Hello, I hope this video finds you well. Tonight we're going to look at makeout word and strings 1, and this is the Python solution. Now you'll notice after I read it and I get into it, there's a lot of comments in here, and you can find my full solution with comments on my GitHub repository, which is linked below. The plan tonight is I'm going to do this a couple ways, but I didn't want to type all these comments in. Okay, so the problem states given an out string length 4, such as this, and a word, return a new string where the word is in the middle of the out string, e.g. So we see here we have the word in the middle, and then we've taken the first two characters in the front and the last two characters at the end. And we can look at these examples here. So we see every time the parameter out is always 4 in length, and we take the first two and we put it in the front, and we take the last two and we put it on the other side of word. And really, you should be able to see that this is really just a concatenation problem. So we're going to have to concatenate or add some strings together. So this is not right, but if I return out plus word and hit go, notice I get the out parameter followed by the word parameter. But what I need to do is I need to take these two letters and put it at the end. And we do that using the substring. So if we look here, I've just kind of taken the first example and I've put in tag, there's the values, and the index is 0, 1, 2, 3. And I've taken the word, and the index is 0, 1, 2. Word doesn't matter because we don't split it. It's this tag that's interesting, and we notice that the tag is always the same length. So if I want the first two letters, that's going to be tag at 0, 2, and the last two letters is going to be tag at 2, 4. Notice I can take the difference of 2 minus 0, which is 2, length of 2, and 4 minus 2, which is 2, length of 2. That's a quick way to check the length of your substring. And I don't have to use the length, calculate the length, because I know the length is always 4. So I'm going to come down here to best for understanding technique. The best for understanding technique is because, the reason I say this is this translates best into most languages. So I'm going to return out, and I'm going to take the first two letters, plus word, plus out. And now what am I going to do? I want the last two letters. This isn't necessary here, but I'm actually going to take the length of out minus 2 to the length of out. Is this the best way to do it? No. And the reason why the answer is no is because we know the length of out is always 4. So really what I should be doing is I should be taking this, and I should really just be doing this, and instead of calculating the length using that function, just writing in here 2 and 4. And I hit go, and it works fine. Again, this is best for understanding because I really want you to walk away with this understanding how to get the last two characters of a string, because this problem becomes a lot more interesting if we say, the length of tag, the length of out could be any length, and I want the first two letters and the last two letters. Okay. So now let me show you a way that some students do it, and this is a beautiful way, but it relies on a lot of Python shorthand. And I said this a couple times in some of my earlier videos, is Python has all sorts of really great shorthands for when you're using substring and a number of things, but you really have to be cautious. If you're a beginning programmer and you kind of use them too often, well, if you use them and don't take the time to understand the other formats, it actually is challenging translating to other languages that don't have these. Okay, so here's a nice way to do it. We can return, and we're going to return out 0, 2, because I want the first two letters, plus word. But a really neat feature that Python offers is this. I'm going to put -2 : So what does this do? Well, let's just make sure it works first. I'm going to hit go, and there it is. Well, it turns out that if I put a negative index value, unlike other languages, Python can index from the start, 0, 1, 2, 3, but it actually can index from the end of the word. So if I wanted, let's say I wanted to get, let's just take this yeah for a second, and I want to get the last letter. I could do this. I could say return, word at length of word minus 1. And I hit go, and notice how I get the last letter every time. But Python has this amazing kind of option to put -1, and what that does is means the last letter. So -1 is the last letter, -2 is the second last letter. Now I didn't nix it of bounds because some test cases don't have 2 letters. But here's the thing. In here, you'll notice this -2. If I just write -2 there and hit go, it won't be right, because you see how I have a single character? I can use the other nice shorthand in Python. If I say -2:, that means get everything from the second last letter to the end. And just, already 5 minutes in, so why not finish this? If I put the colon in front, it's wrong, but notice what this means is say take everything from -2 to the front of the string. So you can actually use this colon to state an index and take everything from that index to the end, or from that index to the start. Okay, I hope that helped. And as always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out.